Hi, I'm Cary Ellis, and I'd like to talk to you a little bit about the body's capability of healing itself. If you're carrying around extra weight you wish that you weren't, watching yourself pudge out in some places, don't have as much energy as you once used to have, maybe see the signs of aging coming on, watching lines show up on your face, don't sleep as well at night, or have been diagnosed with some sort of illness. If you're looking for the path to get youthful, to have more energy, or to get yourself well, you've come to the right place. If you're trying to figure out just how to be more lean and fit, how to have more energy, how to look more youthful, how to be free of those lines that show up on the face or the signs of aging or the body sagging, all those sorts of things that we all have to deal with. I'll bet there's something inside of you just saying, does it really have to be this way? Do I have to watch myself kind of fall apart over the years? Do I have to watch myself deteriorate or struggle with ill health and wonder if I can ever really get well? There is an answer to this question. There is an answer to that hunger that all of us have inside of us to be youthful, attractive, beautiful, fit, strong, and truly, truly healthy. And that answer lies in a story that started for me about 40 years ago. I watched what I've been able to practice in my own life and how I've been able to achieve a really awesome state of health and share that with people around me. But it began back when I grew up spraying an apple orchard as a child with my dad. In the days when we still sprayed with DDT, Chlordane, Malathion, and poisons that were actually literally leftover nerve gases from World War II. Well, by the time I was 18 years old, although I was gifted a really wonderful body, I was struggling for my health. And I had chronic problems in my female, really internal, serious physical issues, sensitivities to different things, and I really didn't have any background or nothing, nobody around me really knew how to solve that. I ended up at a wonderful healing center out in the country, and I learned about detoxifying my body, about pulling those poisons out, about cleansing, and I went on a several-week juice fast, colonic program, and mucus literally poured out of every orifice in my body. It sounds kind of awful and crazy, but we have to look at those things when we want to clean things up so that the body can be well, so the cells can function the way they should. Going through that process in my own life and seeking, where is wellness for me? Where is that balance so that I'm not having to struggle every day to be well? It set me off. I became a vegetarian at age 18 and moved towards living foods over that first couple of years. I did regular body cleansing, detoxification, yoga, different activities to cleanse and heal and help develop wellness inside my cells and to get rid of some of the poisons that are just a chronic part of the culture that we live in. So these personal health challenges of my own led me on a really wonderful journey. I began teaching what I was learning at alternative health centers where other people were coming and looking for their answers. And the ancient Chinese say, we teach best that which we most need to learn. So I became a teacher of what was resolving my own challenges. And I was invited to become educator with Gerson Cancer Therapy Institute in Mexico. So I went and lived in the San Diego area, went across the border every day. Sometimes I stayed in Mexico. And I spent my time, I actually did rounds on a daily basis with Charlotte Gerson Strauss. And I was immersed in a cancer program. So Dr. Max Gerson, who developed the Gerson cancer therapy in the early 1950s, had discovered for himself, he started out with migraines, he was a medical doctor, and because he got himself well from his migraines, and then he tried it out on a friend who had migraines, but also who had cancer, and the person got well from cancer, Dr. Max Gerson realized that he might be onto something. And some of the basics of the Gerson Cancer Therapy Program are what are consistent among all the healing programs today. And they had to do with cleansing the blood, with making the body more alkaline, with cleansing the liver, the colon, and the digestive system, eating predominantly vegetarian foods, a lighter diet, correct essential fatty acids, incorporating foods such as flaxseed, and getting fiber into the body that was critical. So I learned some incredibly wonderful things at the Gerson Institute, and the best part of that learning was the people that I watched get well. I saw a woman in her mid-30s cure herself of breast cancer. I watched a man who was actually an older gentleman eliminate a grapefruit-sized tumor through his chest wall. And I began seeing what modern medicine would consider literal miracles. I began to see that the body could heal itself in amazing ways that we weren't conventionally taught. This began to establish a belief system in me, and for a while I needed a break from helping people heal from cancer because it was challenging always being with sick people, and I went out and tree planted for the Forest Service, and I spent some wonderful years up and down in the Rocky Mountains, lived in a teepee, went back and worked with cancer patients. So I basically had some variety in my life where I would get myself out in nature and have balance happening in my own life, as well as going back and working with people who really needed help. There I went and became co-director of a wheatgrass institute in Michigan, which was then called Hippocrates. They later changed their name. They're currently called Creative Health Institute. They're still in operation. We had a really awesome young crew at the time. It was around 1980, and we developed an incredible outreach program. We would be full every weekend. We would have a big buffet of raw foods and teach people how to use wheatgrass juice. I had already gotten into wheatgrass juice in the early 70s and had used it myself over many years, along with carrot juice and other juices that were. Immersing myself completely in the raw food lifestyle and teaching it was another step of watching people come who had cancer. I saw a man who had leukemia with a blood count so low that he should have been dead, and in a week on wheatgrass he had a normal blood count. I began to see these kind of changes in people's lives, and I could see who was really getting helped and how they were getting helped. And I had come to a point where I was really changing my belief system.